After her class, Karine finds herself wandering into a swimwear shop, her mind buzzing with thoughts about the upcoming pool park outing. The suggestion for the trip had come unexpectedly from Hikari, catching Karine off guard, especially since she didn't own any swimwear suitable for such a social event. Her past pool experiences were limited to casual visits with friends, none of which required anything beyond simple, functional swimwear. As she browses through the aisles of colorful and trendy bikinis, Karine can't help but feel a bit out of place. The thought of wearing such fashionable swimwear triggers a mix of excitement and discomfort in her. She's always preferred comfort over style, and these eye-catching bikinis seem to embody everything she wasn't accustomed to. Despite this, a part of her can't help but be drawn to the bold designs and vibrant patterns. Karine's internal debate is noticed by a store assistant, who approaches with a gentle smile, offering assistance. When Karine expresses her uncertainty, the assistant is quick to apologize, feeling responsible for not being able to match Karine's expectations and comfort. As Karine continues her hesitant exploration of the store, a particular bikini catches her eye. It's a standout piece, unique in its design, with a playful yet elegant pattern that seems to contrast with her usual style. For a moment, she considers trying it on, but self-doubt creeps in. She can't shake off the feeling that such a cute and stylish bikini wouldn't suit her. In her mind, she imagines what Rintaro's reaction might be if he saw her in it. Would he offer a compliment, or would it be out of character for her? This thought lingers as she weighs the possibility of stepping out of her comfort zone. On the day of the pool outing, Rintaro is visibly excited about the newly opened park and its bustling atmosphere. The sight of the crowd and the lively ambience lifts his spirits. His mood further brightens when he spots 3 of his girlfriends arriving, adding to his happiness. Amidst the joy, Shizuka approaches him with a hint of regret in her eyes. She apologizes for choosing an outfit she thought would be appealing to the students, now concerned that it might be a source of embarrassment for the group. Rintaro, always quick to reassure, highlights Shizuka's modesty. He admires her courage to wear a school swimsuit, something he believes no other schoolgirl would dare to do, elevating her status in his eyes to that of a national treasure. The group's joyous mood slightly dims when they realize Karine has not yet arrived. When she finally appears, Rintaro is surprised to find her not in swimwear, but in regular clothes. He expresses his disappointment, gently urging her to go home and change into something more appropriate for the pool. Karine, feeling a bit chilly and out of place, decides to remain on the sidelines, content with watching her friends enjoy the water. Rintaro, concerned for her well-being, suggests the possibility of leaving, but Hikari intervenes. She proposes waiting for another day when Karine feels more inclined to join in the fun. EIAI, ever practical, suggests that Karine could at least sunbathe near the lounge chairs, where the sunlight is most effective. Karine appreciates the concern but reassures everyone that she's fine on her own. EIAI, in a moment of frankness, admits that they aren't close enough for her to be overly worried, sparking a brief but intense argument between them. Despite this, Rintaro notes an improvement in Karine's mood, pleased to see her engaging more with the group, even from a distance. As the day unfolds at the pool, Rintaro's attention is drawn to Shizuka, who seems to be caught in an endless spin in the water. Her spinning, though seemingly aimless, speaks volumes about her inner turmoil and uncertainty about her place in the group. Meanwhile, EAI considers this spinning as a form of survival training, a necessary skill for unforeseen scenarios. The day takes a more playful turn when Hikari, caught by a sudden current, ends up falling into Rintaro's lap. The unexpected contact leaves both of them in an awkward and embarrassing situation, especially when Hikari's chest ends up resting on Rintaro's arm. She plays it off with feigned innocence, but the moment is not lost on Nano. Seizing the opportunity, Nano guides Rintaro's hand towards her chest, further escalating the playful yet charged atmosphere among the group. Nano explains to Rintaro that she wants him to experience her feminine charm, believing this to be the most effective way. However, Hikari, fueled by jealousy, also places Rintaro's hand on her chest. This sparks a debate between Nano and Hikari about who has the superior breasts, eventually turning to Rintaro for his opinion. They find him unconscious from the overwhelming experience. Nano confirms his weak pulse but no breathing, prompting Hikari to suggest mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. As Hikari attempts it, Nano intervenes, doubting her technique. Nano insists on saving Rintaro as she still has much to learn from him and attempts resuscitation herself. Hikari, in desperation, pushes her away and decides to perform the procedure correctly. Meanwhile, the Beyblade girl Shizuka is helplessly spinning in the pool, unable to swim back to the group, and eventually sends a message for help after her float bursts. As Hikari and Nano continue their efforts to revive Rintaro, Nano suggests seeking someone knowledgeable for help. Hikari proposes finding a male lifeguard. En route, a group of boys invites them to join, but they decline due to the urgency. One boy comments on Hikari's soft arms, linking it to a bizarre theory about a girl's arms being as soft as her breasts. He shares his odd experiment with air resistance and declares his obsession with breasts, even attempting to touch Hikari. Nano intervenes, misinterpreted as flirtation by the boy, who then tries to touch her. Nano responds with a strike to his eyes, deeming it the most efficient way to deal with a pervert. One of the boy's friends chastises Nano, refusing to excuse her actions based on her gender. The boys insist on accompanying them, worsening the situation. In the midst of these challenges, the group faces various predicaments. Shizuka is disoriented, Karain is unexplainably cold, and Rintaro is on the verge of danger. The situation escalates as the boys threaten Nano and Hikari again. Nano decides to stay behind, instructing Hikari to seek help for Rintaro. Hikari questions why she must endure this ordeal, reminding Nano that she had defended her from one of the assailants. Nano clarifies she acted only to avoid upsetting Rintaro, not wanting to see him hurt. Hikari counters, suggesting Rintaro would be equally saddened by harm coming to her. Nano, however, believes that since her relationship with Rintaro is newer, he would be more affected if something happened to Hikari. As the boys grow impatient, Hikari asserts that neither of them will stay. Nano is confused, but Hikari explains that her budding relationship with Rintaro means she still has much to understand about him. One of the aggressors, tired of the discussion, decides to take them by force. Suddenly, Rintaro arrives, intervening to protect Nano and Hikari. He confronts the boys, who tell him to back off and accuse Nano of injuring one of their friends. Hikari explains the self-defense situation, and Rintaro, understanding the context, suggests spending time with the boys to reconcile for the incident. The lead aggressor, uninterested in Rintaro's company, dismisses them. Rintaro then clarifies that both Nano and Hikari are his girlfriends, a claim the aggressor doubts, challenging Rintaro to kiss them as proof. Rintaro hesitates, not wanting to display such affection publicly, but Nano and Hikari each take turns kissing him, dispelling the boys' disbelief. The aggressors, unnerved by this modern relationship dynamic, flee. Hikari inquires when Rintaro regained consciousness, and Nano wonders how he located them. Before Rintaro can respond, Karain arrives, upset by the scene she witnessed. The narrative then flashes back to moments earlier when Karain, sunbathing, notices the boys approaching Nano and Hikari. She heads towards them and finds Rintaro lying on the ground. Panicking at his pale appearance, she attempts to revive him. Rintaro only awakens when Karain mentions the girls are in danger, springing into action to assist them. This revelation clarifies how Rintaro managed to reach them in time, and Nano remarks on the effectiveness of this method to rouse him. Rintaro approaches Nano, thanking her for protecting Hikari. Nano acknowledges she knew Hikari's importance to him, but Rintaro urges her not to take such risks, as her well-being is equally significant to him. This realization makes Nano reflect on Hikari's earlier words about her not fully understanding Rintaro, and she now comprehends that he cares for everyone in the group. She apologizes and expresses gratitude for his concern. Karain then points out that Shizuka is still missing. Hikari mentions not having seen her since they were swept away by the current in the pool. Rintaro panics, fearing Shizuka was carried off by the current, and rushes to rescue her. Meanwhile, Shizuka, struggling to get help as her phone battery dies, tries to signal Rintaro. He initially fails to see her, prompting Shizuka to overcome her dislike of her own voice and shout for him. Rintaro finally hears her, rushes to her aid, and carries her, receiving an unexpected kiss from Shizuka. Rintaro, embarrassed, suggests it's not the right place for such affection. Returning to the group, Rintaro decides to rest and invites Karain to join him. He notices she had been eyeing Hikari and Nano's figures, leading to a conversation about body image. Karain denies focusing on their attributes, but Rintaro, seeing through her, points out her self-comparisons and lack of confidence. She insists she's just cold, but Rintaro counters this, noting her ice cream-laden soda. Rentaro reassures Karine that while Hikari and Nano's figures are exceptional, most high school girls share similar traits to her and Shizuka. Karine expresses feeling different from Shizuka too, viewing herself as tall and less feminine. Rentaro then prompts her to stand and removes her coat, revealing her bikini, which she initially resists, calling him a pervert. He compliments her appearance, causing discomfort, but then embraces her, asking if she can feel his heart beating rapidly. He explains that their close heartbeats signify their deep connection, suggesting that he would feel embarrassed if they weren't as close. Rentaro further reassures Karine, explaining that she is not better or worse than the other girls, as each of them possesses unique qualities. He emphasizes that, in his eyes, Karine couldn't be more attractive than she already is. His words leave her motionless and blushing. Sensing the moment, Rentaro gently kisses her, breaking the tension. They then return to the pool area, where Nano inquires if Karine's cold has subsided. Karine confirms it has, now more at ease. The other girls begin to compliment her on her bikini, which makes her feel bashful yet appreciated. Seeing Karine integrated and everyone together, Rentaro realizes the joy in spending time as a group at the pool. The rest of the day is spent in high spirits, as they all fully embrace the outing, enjoying each other's company and making the most of their time together. This unity and shared fun capture the essence of their friendship and the special day they've had. And that's it for another episode of 100 Girlfriends That Really Love You. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and comment if you want to see more episodes. Also, subscribe to the Anikazu channel to not miss any more anime recaps. With that said, we'll see you next time, bye.